I have a summer place over here on the Sassafras River, and I had a couple of friends that also had summer places, and they were also interested in airplanes and pilots and so on. So one guy, Jim Douglas, he said to me one day, he said, "We need to have our own runway," and I said, "That'd be a good idea." So we were looking for a narrow strip of land. We looked at this place, and this place was for sale, and it was 93 acres, I think. And we figured, well, this would be good. It's almost more than we need because they had all these buildings and everything. But we decided to go ahead with it, so we did. And that was back in about the year 2000. I think is when we bought this as a farm. And then we built our own runway. We got a bulldozer and a big road grader and some other equipment, and we hugged out the runway. Just grass. Grass was all we wanted. And we put up a tower over here, a beacon tower, and we got a beacon to put up on top of it, like the old-time airports had. The idea was it was an old-time airport, grass strip and that type of thing. You know, we've had people come here and rent space to fix up their old gliders and their old airplanes and so on. In fact, we got two of them back in the shop right now. So then Jim Douglas, he said, "I think we should have a museum." So that's kind of how the museum got started. And once it got started, everybody wants to donate stuff to you. I mean, some good stuff and some stuff that you really didn't care if you had it. But I mean, all these books and everything, that's all donation stuff. And a couple of airplanes, this DC-3 out here, we got the guy that owned it to donate that to us. It was a part of a restaurant decoration up in Williamson, and he had closed up the restaurant. So we said, "Would you consider donating it to a little museum?" And he said, "Yeah, I might do that." So that's how we got that. One of my original partners, he moved down from up in near Philadelphia area, and he said he always wanted to have a windmill. So he looks around, driving all around, and he finally found a windmill just down the road here that I think there was no blades or anything on it, but we found it. So he bought that windmill. We took it all apart, sent it over to Baltimore, had it all galvanized so it would last. Bought all new hardware, and then he bought the fan thing up the top. And just last year we put a pump down in the ground so it works. So in fact, it's pumping water today, a little bit. The guy who we bought this land from, his name was John Byler, and he was kind of he did all kinds of stuff. And he had one of these DC-3s. So he was flying one of them. He put a big tank in it, and he flew that to kill the gypsy moths and so on. We thought, well, we got to have a DC-3. It's an airplane that, when I was growing up, that was the primary airliner. Up into the 60s, that was one of the main airliners that was used. And we've had a couple other airplanes that were donated to us. This one right behind me, that was donated. That's a flying airplane, but that's kind of how it all got started, and then it just grew from there. Well, I guess I started on the airport here, and it was four of us that started it, and then one of the guys died. Then one of the guys died, so that left two of us, myself and this other guy. The other guy didn't have any interest in having a museum or anything like that. He just didn't. So I finally bought him out. And then what we did was we got some new partners. There's actually 6 of us now that we had a lot of people to pay off and so on. So we did all that, and we got enough people to do all that. And that's kind of where we are now.